Well, here we go. And you asked how Penn State keeps making the list. I asked how West Virginia keeps making our list.
Oh, I was
They,
wondering that first
uh,
and foremost. It's kicking off the list.
well, it is kicking off the list. And here's why they keep making. We have a ton of listeners here in West Virginia where I'm based. We follow the
Dude,
Mountaineers
thank
closely. So we want to give them some information. Let's dive in. Sooners rolling into town, into Morgantown. Game opened at 9 at Circa, down just a tick to 7.5.
Mhm.
Total sitting mid 60s, 66.5 at DraftKings here this morning. Here's a couple things you need to know about this. First and foremost, how about Oklahoma has not lost to West Virginia since being a member of the Big 12? Nine
Wow.
consecutive wins for Oklahoma over
Okay.
West Virginia. That's number
Okay.
one. Number two, the home and road splits for West Virginia are massive. West Virginia has been non-competitive in 3 straight road games
We've
at
fallen
Texas,
for it. We've fallen for it a
at
couple of
Texas
times.
Tech,
Yeah.
and then on the road here most recently to Iowa State. Although
Right.
our under did hit in Iowa State, that was an easy cash. You never had to worry about it from last week's show.
Okay.
At home, it's a different story. Beat Baylor 2 games ago,
Yep.
played toe to toe with TCU,
Should have
probably
covered.
had a real chance to win, but definitely should have covered, except for that Hail Mary fourth down pass by TCU, one
Ridiculous.
of the all time bad beats of the year.
Yep.
So, West Virginia home and road is very different. But you look at this game, something's not right with West Virginia's offense. Here's the
No.
concern if you want to back West Virginia's offense. JT Daniels, the quarterbacks, looked off for 3 halves. Second half against TCU, entire game against that very good Iowa State defense. So if this West Virginia offense isn't rolling, this is a hard one to see them being able to cover against an Oklahoma team that, listen, is not Oklahoma that we've seen over the past few years.
Right.
But still, I think they've gotten a little bit of a bad rap from this standpoint. If you put Dylan Gabriel, the starting quarterback, in with that offense, they've been outstanding. The couple of games where they weren't, he was out. That's a different team with Dylan Gabriel. He'll be playing this week against a West Virginia defense that's struggled all year. So as I look at this, let me give you some more numbers on OU's offense here.
Your first thought before you give me the numbers,
Yeah.
when you saw this number, were you surprised or were you like, whoa, that's not enough points?
Yeah, no, I kind of thought we're right in that range because you were just watching West Virginia lay an egg at Iowa State, a winless Big 12 team, and, West Virginia's not looked good, Dave. There's no other way to say it. West Virginia has not looked good, and you're starting to wonder, is West Virginia close to packing it in? There's
Yeah,
all
that's
the discussion about West Virginia is about the head coaching position. Is Neil Brown going to get fired? Will he be back? What's happening? It's the only question that's going around in this state. There's a lot of noise around this program. So you start to wonder, at what point do they say, okay, we're done. We're not playing anymore. You're 3 wins. You've got to win out to get to a bowl. Tons of questions around this West Virginia program right now.
so I mean, because this is the issue, like when you're making the number in the room. Like, is this team done? Do we have to go find some dog money now? That's the first thing that comes to mind. How high, obviously Oklahoma's favored, but then it becomes, do you make it over a touchdown or under a touchdown? Well, obviously, oddsmaker said over a touchdown. And now we'll watch bettors go, there's two schools of thought. There's a home dog that's live to win the game here, and you definitely take the points, or this is a run out. I don't think the points will matter. That's what I'm saying. Like if West Virginia covers, they probably win. Did they have a shot at winning this game? No.
They have not quit
No,
as
that you
hold
said it
on.
without saying it.
Well, here's why. They haven't quit as of yet. And this Oklahoma team's not the same powerhouse we've seen. And again, where you just struggle to handicap this thing is home versus away. I mean, do they have a shot to win? They just beat Baylor at home and we're right there against TCU. What makes you think they don't have a shot against an Oklahoma team that probably isn't as good as those two? Right? They're definitely not as good as
Right.
TCU, and Baylor just beat Oklahoma. So I don't know that I can legitimately sit and say West Virginia doesn't have a chance to win. I don't necessarily like them. I don't know that I'm going to play them, but I can see why you'd take the 9 when you got it. Now you're starting to get down to that touchdown or so, which is the range that the TCU game was in. We
Right.
saw West Virginia play right with them. It wasn't far off from what the Baylor game was, and we saw West Virginia win
Right.
outright. All right, let me throw another angle at you.
All right, go ahead.
Let's talk total for a second.
Yep.
It's a pretty big number at 66.5. I just told you West Virginia's offense was struggling. I don't have a lot of confidence in them right now.
Okay.
But how about this for you want some numbers? You ready for
Yeah.
this?
Yeah.
Oklahoma averages 53 points per game in this series when it's played in Morgantown. Averages 53. The
But now,
combined total of
yeah,
points in this series in Morgantown,
yeah.
94 points per game. I don't know if that means anything for Saturday, but you talk about points
Over.
being scored. Oh, that my first instinct was over. Before I looked at anything, I looked at over. You can tell me team totals. I've not looked yet, but here's what concerns me about the over. I could see 35-28, 38-27s in play. The question is, can Oklahoma get
Those are
into the
unders.
40s?
Whew,
I know those are unders.
unders.
That's what concerns me.
That sounded like overs. It added up. That's 63,
Yeah,
65. That's still under.
that's what
That's
concerns me about this total and the over.
yeah,
West Virginia or Oklahoma's got to get into the 40s to get this over. And West Virginia's got to fix its offensive problems quickly.
Oklahoma's 5-4 straight up, but 3-6 against the number. West Virginia's 3-6, but 5-4 against the number.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're talking it out, and we're talking, and I'm thinking, this is the dog. This is take the dog. I think they're competitive. I think they're going to trade scores. I want to take that historical information about the series, though, and throw it out the window because this is a different team, different coach. They don't have the horses that they had.
Both are different teams, different coaches.
Both. Yeah. The hardest part about the handicap for this is what you said at the beginning. Has this team packed it in? Does this game, because this one officially, if they lose, no bowl in sight, everybody's running for the hills, it might be over after that. So they got 2 games after that. We'll have to keep that in mind. But I think you get them plus the points got to be the play for me. You know, when you look down and you do that thing where you're like, I ain't saying nothing. They got people listening. I mean, from all over the state of West Virginia. Again, thank you people for listening. Subscribe to the podcast. Hit the like button on the YouTube channel. Again, we appreciate it. But B. Howell's not saying it. You're definitely not saying it. You're not laying it. You're not taking it. You have no play in this game.
As of right now, I have no play. I'm going to keep watching what that total does. And one bit of news, you want to watch West Virginia's injury situation. It's been without its top 2 running backs. C.J. Donaldson, number 1, he's out for the year. The second guy are the 1A and 1B in this situation. The 1B is Tony Mathis. He's missed a couple games. There's talk he may be back this week. If he's back, that may change things because maybe you can run it a little bit better than you have, which then opens that offense, which then makes West Virginia more live, which then puts the total over in some more play. So watch injury news as we get later in the week. You're watching for Tony Mathis, running back from West Virginia.
Okay.
So there's that.
That's that.
Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, click on another video right here on the screen. And if you really liked it, consider subscribing below. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.